Namo Narayan, courageous yogis, and welcome back to another Sunday night live free workshop for you guys. And today we are talking about how to be able to enrich and deepen your practice of Yoga Nidra and meditation with Asana and Pranayama. Okay, so let's get started. So hopefully you guys should have been doing your assignment for the last week, which is 10 minutes of meditation, daily meditation. And it is an incredible blessing to be able to give yourself just 10 minutes a day to meditate. You're doing it for you. You're not doing it for me. And this is a practice that enriches our life all throughout life. Every part of our life is enriched by a daily personal practice of meditation, and it continues to enrich our life for the rest of our life. So let's talk about this. For those of you who are coming on, you can share your feedback about how your practice of meditation has been in the last week. And for those of you who just want to get an update and see how you can enrich your practice, well, we're going to be discussing how to add on just a very brief component of asana and pranayama, of postures and breathing components, just 10 minutes worth. Okay, so we're going to be doing about 5 to 7 minutes of asana and then 2 minutes of breathing. And in the beginning, we can actually do less than that. We can actually make this just 2 minutes. So 3 minutes of asana if we just do something simple like nokasan, boat pose, which is a perfect tension relaxation technique to totally tense all the muscles in your body so you can relax all the muscles in your body so you can go into deeper states of meditation. And then after you do 3 to 10 rounds of nokasan, depending on your ability, then you can do Surya Namaskara, sun salutations. Or in the beginning, just to make it shorter, you can just do the 3 to 9 rounds of nokasan, then you do breath awareness. So you come up into your meditation posture and you let your breath find itself. Especially after we just activated the body by doing asana, we want to give just this few brief moments to let the breath find itself and for the body to relax and for the breath, the whole emotional dimension of our mind to become calm and tranquil. And the breath is the vehicle for the emotions. So by stilling and calming the breath, we bring about emotional tranquility. So after we've done that, you've done your asana, you've just kind of relaxed and let your breath find itself again in your body. The next step is we can do alternate nostril breathing. And in the beginning, we can just, without using a meter, without counting, we can just get used to the flow of just breathing in through the left nostril, then out the right, then in the right, out the left. Do alternate nostril breathing for only 2 minutes. That's it. Just 2 minutes to balance the brain hemispheres and to bring the oscillating mind out of its oscillating mode to a state of one-pointedness. Then you can go ahead into your meditation, whatever style of meditation you've been doing for the last 2 weeks. Okay, so that's the short version. That's the 4-minute version. So if that's all you have time for in this workshop, then that's fine. But we will go into further depth and I'll even demonstrate for you nokasan. Okay, so traditionally, the purpose of the asanas in yoga is to prepare the body for sitting meditation. That's the traditional context. Maybe not either directly or indirectly, meaning that yes, there are those groups of postures that are excellent to do right before meditation to prepare us just before we meditate. And then there's also those postures and those asanas that we do that aren't maybe directly for using right after meditation, but they assist in our overall practice of meditation. For instance, being able to make different parts of the body, different groups of muscles of the body less rigid is evaporating that blocked energy. It's unblocking where there's stagnated energy in the body by overcoming physical rigidity. And so you make more energy available in the body. You now have higher energy, and with higher energy comes higher awareness. We have to have higher energy in order to have high awareness. And with high awareness, you have more relaxation, because relaxation naturally comes from awareness. So high energy brings high awareness brings high relaxation, and now you can have spontaneous, deep meditation. So that's the asanas, the postures, they're helping us to be able to achieve that. They're helping us to be able to liberate trapped energy in the body, and they're helping to prepare the sitting bones and the different joints in the body to be able to sit, and also preparing our back and our spine so that there's less pain. If you're feeling pain when you're sitting to meditate, then physical pain, we all feel a normal amount of discomfort somewhere in the body all the time, for most of us, unless you're doing 2 hours of yoga every day. But for most of us, there's always some rigidity somewhere. There's always a little bit of discomfort somewhere in the body, and most of the time, we have to just let go of that during meditation. But if it's too much, then we can't just transcend it by focusing on it, such as doing kaya stherium. If it's too much, then we should do more asanas. You should do more postures. Do more postures in order to loosen up those groups of muscles and to overcome any aches in the body. For instance, lower back pain. There's all sorts of great asanas we can do for lower back pain. Namo Narayan, let's do math. Thank you for joining. And I'm a little bit clumsy here because I have to use my phone for YouTube. During the workshops, I can use my laptop, but here I have to use this. Okay, so I definitely want to hear more of what you guys have been doing. So Let's Do Math has been doing Kirtan Kriya daily for 11 to 32 minutes consistently. Awesome, that's what I like to hear. Way to go. Daily. So consistently, that's abhyas. Abhyas is a very important component of yoga. It means consistency, disciplined consistency every day doing the practices. Because we can't technique our way to enlightenment. It has to become just a natural part of our way of being and living. So these practices and components have to become a daily part of your life, an integrated, internalized part of just who you are. So we have to get in this habit of meditating every day. So I have to confess something. I told you that the challenge was for 1 week. It's actually for 3. This is going to be the theme for this workshop, this free workshop, and the next workshop. So I'm giving you guys a whole 3-week free workshop here on starting your own meditation practice. Just a 10-minute daily meditation practice and what we can do to deepen and enrich that. So first of all, why meditate? There's so many reasons to meditate. I covered some of them in the last one, but let's think of when it comes to yoga, when it comes to these different forms and styles of yoga that we love to do so much. Meditation is really the body, and all these different practices of yoga are the limbs. And they're all meant to achieve the purpose of the main aim, which is meditation. So all the asanas, all the pranayams, all of the bandhas and mudras. Namo Narayan, Muhammad, Mustafa, thank you for joining. All of the different Kriya yogas and even the prana, Namo Narayan, Rainy, Namaste. These are all the limbs of meditation. And the more that we can utilize all these different techniques, good. Learn the mudras, learn the bandhas, Maha Mudra, Maha Bandha. They will all enrich your practice of meditation. But to have a personal practice of meditation is the main thing. So that's what we are all doing right now, myself included, because my own personal practice of meditation is inconsistent. So I'm trying to learn abhyas as well. Abhyas is another Sanskrit term. I'm preparing a whole glossary of Sanskrit terms for the students in the workshops. But abhyas is another really important term. A-B-H-Y-A-S, and sometimes with another A on the end. Abhyasa. Abhyas means consistency. So I briefly mentioned this, but the fruits of yoga, the fruits of our practice, it's not a technique that we can do. It needs to be the result of the techniques. For instance, real meditation, dhyanam, there's no technique for dhyanam. There's techniques for all the previous stages in Ashtanga, right? There's techniques for dharana, for pratyahara, for pranayama, for asana. But there's no techniques for either dhyanam or samadhi, because these are the natural results of the previous steps, right? So we have to get in this habit of practicing daily so that we can internalize the practices, so that it just becomes a part of who we are and just what we do. Then the real benefits, then the real fruits start to come after months and then after years, and it becomes a part of who we are and just and what you do. And to have the deepest fruits of our meditation practice, that's what we need to be aiming for. So anybody else that's out there who might have also done the first week, the 10 minutes of meditation, chime in, let me know. Or for those of you, Muhammad and Rainey, you can also let me know if you're practicing daily meditation, or if you have a different technique, what your techniques are. If you want to share with us what helps you to be able to do it every day, what helps you to be able to meditate consistently. Everybody has different pieces of the puzzle and different strengths that they can share with us. And to be able to establish that daily practice of meditation takes a certain level of discipline. And that discipline is really a part of a whole lifestyle. The sattvic lifestyle. The more that we can have sattvic influences in our life, the more that it helps our meditation. Okay, so let's be very specific about week 2 now. During week 2, I'm asking, for your own sake, that we add on just a very brief asana and then pranayama component to your meditation practice, if you're not already. And if you are, share what you do. You know, what are some of the asanas that you do before you meditate? What helps you to be able to go into a deeper state of meditation? For example, I find that Surya Namaskara, sun salutations, really helps me to be able to open up both my nostrils. I find that if I do 3 rounds of Surya Namaskara without fail, 100% of the time, then both my nostrils are open and flowing evenly, which relates to that balanced state of sushumna. Sushumna is active when both of our nostrils are even, right? Because the right nostril is rajas, is pingala, and the left nostril is tamas, ida. And then when both are even, it's sattvas, sushumna. So these techniques, such as Surya Namaskara, help me to be able to open both my nostrils. Then I can do my Nadi Shodhana. Then I sit right down and I catch my breath, and that's breath awareness. And breath awareness is very important to do before we do any kind of technique, before we do any kind of conscious breathing technique, such as Nadi Shodhana or anything else. Bastrika, Nama Narayan, Lizzie, thank you for joining us. It's very important that we first, before doing any kind of forced breathing, that we first just watch the breath. We just have to let the emotional dimension of our being become calm and tranquil before then we do anything like Bastrika or Kapalbhati or anything, because then what can happen is that then we can actually just magnify whatever emotion or tension was there before we started to meditate. So after your asana, take a brief moment to just relax your whole body. This can be as long as you need, you know intuitively. It can be a minute, it can be 2 or 5 minutes. If you did a long asana, if you just did 45 minutes of asana sequences, then you might want to give yourself a whole 10 minutes in Shavasana. Just a whole 10 minutes lying down on your back to be able to catch your breath. Then we're going to do, I recommend we do for beginners, just a very basic Nadi Shodhana. Nadi Shodhana is alternate nostril breathing. And we just do 2 minutes, you guys. Just 2 minutes of Nadi Shodhana is enough. And to be sure that you are clear on Nadi Shodhana, you take your index and middle finger and you root it at the brow center, and then you're going to block your nostrils with either the ring finger or the thumb, and then the pinky just kind of dangles there inactive. And I'm going to breathe in through the left, out through the right, in through the right, out through the left, in this kind of sequence. So it takes 2 breaths to complete 1 round, right? In, out, that's 1 round. And you're gonna keep on just doing that, alternate nostril breathing, for 2 minutes. And it balances the brain hemispheres. And it brings about a certain level of equanimity on the mind, is why we're doing this. And you'll find that then the mind isn't oscillating so much. You're bringing the mind more to a state of balance and one-pointedness when we do Nadi Shodhana. And then you'll have much deeper meditation. You'll say, okay, I'm gonna sit for 10 minutes, and then 40 minutes will go by. And you'll be like, wow, that was great. It was bliss. And if we approach our meditations without expectations, if you had a blissful session yesterday, don't try to get back to that bliss. Don't have expectations for that. We just have to totally release and just start, usually, depending on your meditation style, just accepting whatever thoughts are coming up, whatever's coming up, whatever's there, whatever mode the mind has to be in, happens to be in. Sometimes the mind is in an agitated mode. Sometimes the mind is naturally tranquil and relaxed. And we have to be able to just, without expectations, without attachment, without indulging and without suppressing, just be with the mind and observe it from that higher perspective of the drashta, of the seer. Practicing witness consciousness, sakshi bhav, as we learn how to utilize that muscle, that brain muscle of separating ourselves from identifying with our thoughts to observing our thoughts and knowing that we are not our thoughts. Okay? So you can do this for just 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes. 5 minutes, actually. And I'll show you what that's going to look like now. So 5 minutes is all as we need to be able to do some basic asana and some basic pranayama. So first one, I'm only going to demonstrate one asana for you, is Nokasan. Nokasan is boat pose. So very simply, it's a tension relaxation technique, you guys. Then you tense every muscle in your body, and then that's what helps you then to, when you relax, you're more likely to relax every muscle in your body. So this is really a good, just default go-to asana to do, even before we do Yoga Nidra, especially before Yoga Nidra, because you end in the same pose, Shavasana, that we do Yoga Nidra in. So one more time. And then I'm going to relax. I'm going to relax for a minute to be able to catch my breath. And after I've caught my breath, then it's Nadi Shodhana time. Okay, now that's the most basic thing we can do. We can also do sun salutations. And sun salutations is excellent to do because we're really utilizing a lot of our full range of motion too. I don't know of many series where you go through so many different full ranges of motion. So doing sun salutations every day will help you to age well, where you keep full range of motion in every limb of your body. Another important one that I like to do when I have the time is Pavan Muktasan. Pavan Muktasan, P-A-W-A-N, Pavan Muktasan, M-U-K-T-A-S-A-N-A. Pavan Muktasan is a series where we go through all of the joints in the body, and it really improves circulation. These two, Pavan Muktasan, Surya Namaskara, And if you only have 5 minutes, then just do nokasan and then relax, breath awareness for a minute to catch your breath, like I obviously haven't done after just doing that. And then after you catch your breath, then you can do your conscious breathing practice, your pranayama, whatever you're going to do, dependent on your meditation. So if you're doing more things for prana and moving prana and awakening prana, you might want to do Kapalbhati. If we're trying to go into meditation and experience deep transcendental meditation, then Nadi Shodhana. And after that, you have your meditation. Last week, I described 3 different meditations that you can choose if you don't already have one. Most of you are practicing meditators, and you have your own styles that you love and that you can use to go into the deepest states of bliss the fastest. So you know what you need to be doing. And practice at the same time every day, at the same place every day. Have a place set aside in your house, a special meditation room under lock and key, only for meditation. Don't we all wish? Don't we all wish? But realistically, a corner in your bedroom somewhere that only fulfills that purpose for meditation. Meditating outside is also beautiful. I do not recommend doing Yoga Nidra outside. Yoga Nidra outside, no. And that's not just coming from me. That's Swami Satyananda advised that we really need to have a secured, controlled environment to do Yoga Nidra, because lying in Shavasana, we're a little bit more vulnerable to the elements, to the animals, to the insects. So in Yoga Nidra, we should have a nice controlled environment indoors, but you can meditate outside. In meditation, we don't go into the state of Nidra. We don't go into the state of deep, wakeful sleep, of sleepless sleep. We can meditate in nature? Yes, absolutely. Meditation meaning upright meditation where you're staying alert and aware. You're not going off into trance. Nama Narayan, Lizzie, thank you so much for joining. We're not going off into trance usually with meditation, unless that's your style. But most of the yogic meditation styles that I'm familiar with, it's heightened awareness. We're staying super wakeful, super alert. And through that alertness, you go into relaxation. Because from awareness comes relaxation. That's why we do more work in Yoga Nidra than we do while dreaming. Even lucid dreaming, because unless you're a master lucid dreamer, there's never 100% control and conscious or wakefulness there. However, in Yoga Nidra, we stay awake while we go and have conscious dreaming, where we go into the astral dimensions of the Pranamaya Koja, the Manamaya Koja, and the Vijnanamaya Koja. Then we start to purify all of the contents that are there and all the obstacles that are preventing us from having fully expansive, liberated energy. Okay, so that hopefully you are clear on the next phase of this. Before we start to go over questions and comments, I want to make an announcement, an important announcement. We are in the process of forming a community. So there's been a lot of workshops that the students of Tripura Yoga and I have been going through. You can go to tripurayoga.org to see the workshops that we're doing there. And in the course of doing these workshops, the students and I have realized that we've been doing some incredibly important work of meditation, of going within and being willing to purify anything that's within us, to be having the courage, the courageousness to confront anything that is suppressed within us and allowing that to manifest and express itself and to be purified. And in the process of doing this work, we've realized that we really need to keep in touch with each other. We really need to keep in contact, and we really need to have this kind of community as much as possible for a global community online. So what I've done for now, the solution for now is we have a Zoom. We have a Zoom group that is free to join. It's password protected, but it's free to join. And this is a place for now where we're going to discuss different meditation styles. We're also going to ask each other different points on Sanskrit, yoga, Vedas, meditation, anything that helps us to be able to deepen and enrich our own personal practice. And you guys are all invited. It's not just for the students of the workshops, it's also for the students of the channel as well, the people who are using the Yoga Nidras and gaining benefit from the different free workshops coming through on this channel as well. So I invite you, please join us there. You can go to find this link. It's a free product. You can go to tripurayoga.org, look under the community tab, and you'll see Monday Morning Live. That's what this is called. So you go to Monday Morning Live, and it's $0. And to give you even more of an incentive, I'll give you a 99% off coupon, Shanti, S-H-A-N-T-I. Type in Shanti, and you'll get 99% off, $0. I'm just kidding. But yes, but we're having a good time there with the students, and we are serious about meditation, and we're serious about spiritual progress and going within and purifying the mind and purifying the psyche. So it's really an important, valuable work, you guys, and it's free. It's just a community for those who are committed and devoted to doing this inner work via meditation. Are we still here? Okay, excellent. I hope I'm still here. Somebody's trying to call me. It's the first time that that's happened when I've done a live workshop. I hope they don't keep trying to call. It's a person who will probably keep trying to call. Anyway, let's keep on going. Okay, so questions and comments regarding your meditation and your Yoga Nidra practice. So why not do Yoga Nidra in the Himalayas? Do Yoga Nidra in the Himalayas, but do Yoga Nidra in the Himalayas in a cabin, in a house with a controlled climate, and where there's not going to be mosquitoes landing on you or monkeys coming down and stealing your glasses, or the thought of snakes coming through the jungle. You can eventually, and people do, but it's advanced. If you can get to that point where you're totally indifferent to everything, all sensory phenomenon, you see an elephant come charging out of the jungle and you're just kind of like laughing at it. When you can get there, then okay, go do Yoga Nidra in the jungle. But for now, we are really trying to have a little bit more of a realistic approach. Do Yoga Nidra indoors in a controlled environment, in a beautiful house in the Himalayas, or an ashram or a temple. But in nature, we can meditate upright. We can have a more wakeful, aware, not going into the various states of nidra, such as the dreamless or the dreaming state, the psychic dreaming state where it's really conscious dreaming, which is, for those of us who've been doing Yoga Nidra for a long time, you might notice you can go into a state in Yoga Nidra where it's like you're dreaming, but you're still awake, and it's not lucid, you're not fully asleep, you're on the edge. You're between the two, right? And then we actually go deeper eventually after years of practicing Yoga Nidra. Or for some people, it might not take you that long. You might have the karma to experience this now, today, where you can go into the sleepless sleep level that corresponds to Sushupti, of beyond swapna, beyond dreams, of the unconscious, featureless consciousness, but there's still wakefulness there. That's where deep level purification of the samskaras, deep level purification of the psyche is happening there. And you're starting to go into the superconscious states of real dhyanam and eventually even samadhi. Okay, so that is it for now. We're here on the 30-minute mark. So I invite you guys, I would love to see each one of you, Rainy Paris, and Lizzie. So nice to have you guys here again. And this is happening every Sunday night, 7:30. We're having our free live workshop. 7:30 is Pacific Standard Time. For me, I'm in Mazatlan time, so it's 8:30. And we're starting a community. So I invite you to come join us and contribute. So far, all the students that have been coming to the workshops are incredible, unique individuals, and it's been such an honor to get to know all of you courageous yogis. It has been a real tremendous honor to interact with each and every one of you, and I look forward to meeting more of you. Namo Narayan, courageous yogis. Thank you for joining me. Thank you with all my heart, all my love, all my heart, all my respect. And if you guys have any questions, then you can come back and type them in the comment section of this video. And if you want to join the community, just head on over to tripurayoga.org. Under community, you'll see there's a free product. You get the password and the link as soon as you check out. If $0 is too much for you, you can use that coupon code, Shanti, get 99% off. Okay, guys, I will talk to you very soon and see more of you, I hope. Tara, thank you for joining. And see more of you very soon as well. Much love. Om Shanti. Shanti. Shanti.